Hi, this is Mandy Meloy, and I will do a quick read of Lincoln's Grave Robbers to go along with my wee video. I'm going to start on Chapter 1. It's titled The Operative. On a freezing morning in February of 1875, Patrick Tyrrell hopped off a streetcar in downtown Chicago. A massive fire had gutted the city just years before, but Chicago was already roaring back to life. Stone buildings were rising all around, and the wide sidewalks were jammed with people in a hurry. Tyrrell was a powerfully built man with thick black hair, and had spent his adult life chasing down crooks as a Chicago detective. Now 44, he was one of the newest operatives in the United States Secret Service. He knew all about Coney men, or counterfeit men. It was his job to put them out of business. He sat with his colleague Washburn to talk about a particularly dangerous Coney man, an expert engraver. The man was a big thorn in the government side. In fact, he was a threat to the nation's entire economic system. His name was Benjamin Boyd. Born in Cincinnati in 1834, Boyd was the son of a master engraver. Engravers cut designs and pictures into metal plates, and the plates were then used to make prints on paper. Young Ben showed interest in his father's craft and obvious artistic talent. When Ben was still a teenager, his father set him up to study with one of the city's best engravers. Ben was tempted by the idea of making money, literally making it. He learned quickly from his mentor. At the age of 20, hutched over a desk in his room at his father's house, he cut his first counterfeit plates, the front and back of a $20 bill. The potential profits were enormous. From just one set of $50 plates, Boyd printed $265,000. That's about $6 million in today's money. But it was a risky way to get rich. Boyd was arrested in Iowa in 1859 and sentenced to 2 years in the state penitentiary. I'm now going to move to page 35 to really describe the scene to set the stage of what the book is about. And this is talking about Big Jem Kennedy. So Big Jem Kennedy, if you remember, he is the boss of the counterfeit ring. He said it was all wildly profitable, but the entire operation was based on one simple fact. Kennedy produced the best, most realistic Coney available, and he was able to do this for one simple reason. He had hired the best engraver, Ben Boyd, and he had to get him back. So he thought up of a plan. But Big Jim wasn't the first person to think of stealing a dead president. I'm going to move on to the plan, and that's on page 41. So he was not the first one to steal a dead president. As a matter of fact, in 1867, a lawyer in Springfield, Illinois, had a similar idea. His plan, according to two young men, was to break into the tomb of Abraham Lincoln and steal his coffin. Then he would stash the body somewhere in the South and wait for ransom offers, returning the body to the highest bidder. No one agreed to help the lawyer, and he abandoned the scheme and died a few years later. Only his rumors remained. But did Big Jim Kennedy know these stories? Was he inspired by them? There's really no way to tell. Certainly he knew about the crime of body snatching, which was a serious problem in the 1860s and 70s. As medical colleges were always in need of bodies for human anatomy classes, schools were willing to pay cash for bodies, no questions asked, and body snatchers filled the demand by digging up and delivering fresh corpses. Big Jim's plan was a bit more ambitious, and the payment he expected was a bit higher than the typical $15 paid by college. So for more on the book, I highly encourage you to read it. It is a fast-paced read that is nonfiction crime thriller. Thanks. Bye.